Her postman, city, hood, click, let's go.
Yeah, yeah. Lock the door on him. Lock the door on him. Hood postman. Hood postman. Reporting live. Reporting live. This the hood postman, come and check the program. You ain't from the streets, this is something you should know, man. Running from police, gotta grip the wheel with both hands. Speeding down the interstate, please do not approach him. 40s in the fridge, got the caddy in the driveway. Get all out of my face, I don't wanna violate. Looked up in the mirror and I told myself, why wait? We took this shit worldwide, you only in 5 states. Came from the four corners with my 4 quarters. Showed them the style, then they stole on us. Times got wild, then they told on us. Dog, it was hard, but we had to keep it rolling. You ain't gotta ask, you know where to find me. I be in the back streets where it get grimy. It's just me and Mel, Rennie looking bride D. I be going hard till I'm in the 5 C's. Know the vibes. I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides, I ain't never had to tell a lie. Let's ride. Know the vibes. I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides, I ain't never told them up lie. Let's ride. Hood postman. 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 Hood postman.
Shout out to the Mailroom Nation and the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below so when this dope content hit, it's going to feel like it's the first and the 15th. Welcome to the Mailroom, where you can take a look at what's in your mind and examine what's in the heart. You can go anywhere in the world to get a couple of lives, but you come right here to get the truth. Get on a bus and let me take you to school. Before they had handguns, they had hand gods. Man up. This is not a glorification, nor is it glamorization. It's always an education. Wake up, people. Wake up. There's so much to unpack, especially when it comes to the internet. The streets died the moment the internet came about. And the reason why I say that, because most of the people that used to be in the streets are now in the internet, and the level of consciousness is not on par with what the internet is really about. The internet is a information tool. It is a knowledge tool. It is a tool to make you greater and better. But for some reason, some people use it to degrade, to set aside, to build, to tear down, to make differences, to point fingers, and to poke fun at other individuals. It's what I call is a cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance, I'm gonna say that again. It is a psychological phenomenon, actually, that occurs within a person's mind that hold 2 different contradictory meanings or understandings at the same time. That's just with how cognitive dissonance work, to where they will contradict themselves in the same sentence that they're saying whatever point they're making, and it'll be outright. So what we're living in right now is the psychometry, the psychometry of is a purpose, right? The psychometry. I'm saying that right. SEOOMERT, psychometry, right? The theory purpose is that self-esteem is a psychological gauge to the degree which people perceive to be valued. Okay, and the socialization of it is that they are accepted by others. And what we're seeing is that a lot of people need that association and need to be accepted by others via internet, not in person, not in real time, not necessarily in just up in front in person with one another. So, all right, here we go, guys. Here we go, right here with the psychometer of the streets versus the internet. And I want to try to break that down in a way, hopefully, that where a 4-year-old would even understand it. It can be quite complex and intriguing. And let's start with the streets, the physical part of the streets. It's a space where individuals and groups navigate social media. I mean, not social media, but social interaction in real life, in real time, right? And in this realm, the psychometer refers to the status and reputation that people hold in real time on the streets. These dudes, they got their machoism, you know what I mean? They got their reputations, and they built this stuff within the sets and tribes and sections, and street beefs or conflicts often arises from distance, shade, rivals, and competition for resources and respect on the streets. That's how that works, and we all know that too well, because most of the people that listen to the channel, on the channel, they're very familiar with that. Individuals may engage in posturing, and bravado, again, once that, even as the essence say, machocito, in their bravado, right? Or acts of violence, assert to dominance, because that's part of it too, because people, in order to hold that reputation, you're going to have to demonstrate. You're going to have to put that act down. You're going to have to show them, man, I'm him, you're going to have to be all that in a bag of chips and maintain and increase their status, in the ranks amongst peers and individuals that's on the street, whether it's on this side of the fence or that side of the fence. So street beefs can escalate quickly and have a consequences impacting relationships, reputations, and easing physical safety. So none of these guys, right, when they engage or overindulge in that, they're thinking about their moms, their dads, their sisters, their brothers, their girlfriends, their children. Often they just run right into it, and boom, and this thing blow up. And then it's not until they land into a cell that they begin to reflect and think back, what could they possibly done different? I've been there, I've done it. I've been sitting like, man, why did I do that? And all of us go through it, whether we will admit it or not. Now let me shift to the internet. And here's where things get complicated, where the sociometer takes on a different form. Online platforms provide virtual space for individuals and groups to connect and communicate and create social media identities. So they're creating a social media identity. The social media identity usually differs from the person up front, the person himself, because the social media, due to anonymity and due to distance, they can say you got guys on here claiming to be millionaires and all that crap, and but nothing in their life reflect that of a millionaire. It just don't, because if you look at instincts, behavior, and movement, some of the things I see on the internet, millionaires just don't have time for, bro. They have absolutely no time for it. So the sociometer on the online platforms provide a virtual space for individuals to connect and communicate. We talked about that, and create a social media identity. So why is they creating this identity if that's not who they are? The internet beefs and conflicts can arise from similar sources and shift street beefs, perceiving disrespect and difference in opinion and fake narratives on competitions and attention and followers. That's what they do. They seek attention, followers, and likes, subscribes, and all that stuff. All that plays a part into it, So they get caught up with that. And I'm saying all this because I really want to know how my audience feel about all that. How do you guys feel? Shout out to Pierce. How do you, Keith? Shout out to you too. Monique Hill, Black Superman. How do you guys feel about all this? Because you guys are the one, RDL, of course, you too, Mitchell, okay, Devon Cutmore. All you guys see this stuff, and then, SoCal, MG. How do we all should feel about this space? Or is it good for the culture, or is it, or what you seeing and going through? Because we see different scenarios and situations playing out right on. Look at the Snoopy bad butt situation. I call him bad butt because I think he's just a bad, misguided kid that needs direction. That really has he has a lot of trauma in his life. And if he don't get some therapy, or he don't go have somebody to help sort some of them things out, it's going to continue to escalate. That's just my opinion on it. Don't make it true. Just my opinion, okay? In the virtual realm, the sociology often tied to the matrix, such as likes, subscribes, and followers. We talked about that because on so many different occasions, because that's what social media is about, like, subscribe, and followers, right? But how does that work when you make it like, subscribe, and followers based on fake narratives, or lies, or discontentment, or undermining the culture that which you come from? There's not a lot of Asian people on the internet fighting. There's not a lot of white people on the internet fighting. There's not even a lot of Latinos on the internet fighting. But there's a multitude of Black people on the internet fighting. Why? Narcissism, pride, ego, trying to make you believe that there's something that they're not. There's various and many reasons why this occurs. And we got to look at these things. Individuals may engage in online beefs and boost their online presence, and gain notoriety or defend their reputations. The anonymity, once again, the anonymity and distance allow them to do that, because a lot of these people, you're not going to see them in the parks, the lowrider shows, the motorcycle sets, the concerts, or just, they're not going to be outside visible, because now they're somewhere in whatever they at to do their social media. And then when you look at I'm gonna name these guys, some of these guys out of town, like this guy, Top Media. I don't know where he may be, even in Australia, England, somewhere. The guy, what's he called? Dream Foreign. You never seen him. The other guy, Too Hood for YouTube. You never seen a picture of him, but yet I'm visible. I'm saying what I'm saying in real time. You can see me. You know who I am. Most of you can reach me on Instagram or Facebook. A lot of people see me outside, so you know who I am. So I'm going to have a certain amount of respect and a certain amount of discourse when it comes to people, because I know people are very reactionary, and sometimes they can take words out of context. And that's why we have to be willing to explain what we say when we say it, and not be saying it in a way where we putting people's names in it and If the shoe fit, wear it. And I'm talking about the dudes that call the shot, the squabblers, the dudes that call the meetings, the dudes that set up the meetings, the dudes that do the paperwork, the dudes that been to the pen. I'm talking about all these dudes. Because there's many different factions and many different functions within these tribes, and many different parts that people play. I'm talking about all them, the ones that's placing themselves literally in victim status every day. And the physical consequences is ultimately both streets and internet beefs are driven by desire for recognition and status and power. I mean, am I wrong for saying that? Correct me, because here, I don't want to be on no internet or no social media where everybody agree with the heck with what I'm saying. I want dialogue. I want communication. I want people to go like, hey, wait a minute, Mel, you might have been a little bit wrong on that. It's all on the self-control, and keep in mind the world is watching. You're right, RDL, because if that becomes the ethnic identity of Black people, this internet thing, right, then the world has a narrow vision of really who we are, because it's only a small percentage that's really on the internet doing what they're doing, right? But at the same time, if that's all the worldview is, then that's what they think our behavior is. And we can go back to the Sexy Reds and Sukianas and some of the other individuals, and I name them because they're entertainers, right? So they're very visible, and I'm not taking it out on just because they're women. That's just what comes to mind. But there's a lot of rappers out there, young NBA young boy, what's the guy name? Young Thug or whatever, and the other guy, Gunner, and some of the other people, just do some of the wildest things. And then when it comes down crashing down, they think they money and they status and their celebrity is going to protect them. But they didn't know how to even use their celebrity in a way that it would protect them. They use their celebrity in negative aspect because the people that gave them the money is looking at some point to take that money back. Yeah, that's cool, Dummy Dodging TV. You may not agree on everything, but I respect your mind and knowledge, OG. I appreciate that, and I respect yours too, as a younger homie that's looking at things from your perspective, from your lenses, and from your generation. Because I'm telling you, I want you guys to go look up this word, sociometer. It's SOCIOMER. Sorry, let me spell it again. SOCIOMETER. Sociometer. I want you guys to look at it. It comes from I was reading this book called The Ancient Generation. And when I got into that, I had to know what I said, what is this word? What is this word? So when I looked at it, I like, wow, this is what's happening right now. The sociometer theory, a purpose that self-esteem is a psychological gauge, a degree to which people perceive that they are relationally valued and they socially accepted by others. So that's what this internet thing is about, being socially accepted. But if I'm here to teach, if I'm here to give information and knowledge, then being socially accepted really, long as I get a few, 2 or 3 or 4 a month or many, that's fine. But at the same time, as long as somebody getting something from what I'm saying, I think that's a good route for me to go. Not wrong at all, but shame a lot of self-incriminations. Yeah, well, shame a lot of self. Yeah. Starting to become my favorite channel on YouTube. I should do it right on Brick City. I feel that. I appreciate that. But and the more that we engage, the more we raise the consciousness and the level of the people, of the people that's connecting. I'm willing to connect with anybody. I'm willing to go to New York, New Jersey, or Colorado, Minnesota, wherever they go. But I'm not going to pay the expenses to do it. But if they willing to have me, yeah, we can sit down and talk. We can create a long table that goes across the way from Washington, D.C. all the way to California. And we bring representatives from each section together. See, that's how we come together, is being able to move together, think together, and resolve together and de-escalate together. You understand? I think that's how we're going to have to do, because all of the groups come to this country, they practice group economics. We try to practice individual economics because that's what the enslavers do. I was go look at this, guys. You got to go look at this. I talked about this yesterday. It's called the Act of 1710, Meritorious Manumissions. Meritorious manumissions, the Act of 17. It was a legal law in 1710 that was written on the books, still there, that where a slave can earn his freedom if he protect white property, he to protect white wealth, or create something for white people to make money on, snitch, or manufacture any type of conversations that's being considered to be in a revolt or retaliation against white property, white wealth. Or so other words, if he saw these group of guys over here getting ready to have a revolt or getting ready to have a just buck against the system, that Negro, I'll call him a Negro because it's somebody that needs to grow. He can go to the white people and explain to them what's happening, and they go over there and bust it up, and all those guys that end the revolution. So that's what's been happening from then and beyond to right now to where we see it on the internet playing out. We see it now. You're seeing guys doing what they call plays and setups and creating like Charleston White, creating scenarios where you think is real. Somebody is coming at him with a hammer, or God damn it, and all the time it's all a play, just to get likes, subscribe, and share. Because every time they create bigger numbers, then the monetization goes up. So the more they can create and make you believe that that what they're doing is a real thing, then they get rewarded for it greatly, and all you get is a fool's gold, a bag of fool's gold, or April Fools, or you dummy for believing me. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care that they're harming minds and ruining reputations and ruin commitments and understanding based on their lies. I'm free and don't give nothing. Sold. Ops, my bad. Okay. See, because here's my thing, right? My home is not a cage, nor is it my habitat, because the Creator created me to be in the open environment. Even if they make my cage a solid gold, I would never accept the acceptance of being in it. Because you see, go look at Adam 22, how he brings all these different individuals in controversy. Some of the guys that's on the show is feuding with this guy that's on the show, and that guy's feuding with this guy. But somehow this guy brings them all on his show, and he sets them down, and they talk about each other on the show. The rappers used to rap about oppression and societal issues. Now they just rap about each other. It's clownish. Yes, really is clownish. I agree with you there. So how is that happening? How is this one guy able to bring all these individuals on his show, and he bring them on at different times, and they're not bumping into each other? or maybe they are bumping each other, or maybe it's all just a play. Maybe they all in agreement that, hey man, we're gonna create these fake beefs and these fake madness, and we're gonna just go on Adam 22 and talk about it. Yeah, you're right, RDL. The internet needs to become more educational to our culture, and use these channels for each one teach one. I agree. Look at Adam background, his pappy and his family. You're right. You're right. We don't. His family might have been cold skinheads. You just don't know. And now we see how No Jumper has become an internet group home. Yeah, I like that. I like that key. But we all see the play that's happening over there. We all see how it's working. But why do those guys? Okay, so here's the thing. Going back to the meritorious manumissions, I'm telling you guys, go look that up. You gotta go look it up. Let me see. What was the spelling on it? MERRITIRIOUS, meritorious manumissions, MANMISSSON, munitions. Okay, go look that up. Marcus is right. What's up, Beach Boy? What's going on with you? Yeah, so when we look at these things playing out right in front of us, right, we saw the one guy that Adam, because Adam, what Adam does to get these guys going, he sex play everybody that comes on that show. And everybody know in Keyway and Damoodism, there is no room for, if you sex play somebody that comes from those walks of life, you know the outcome, you know the story, you know what you're supposed to do. But why is they allowing this guy based on 2 or 3, 3, 4, 5,000, 6,000, whatever they give him, 10,000? If he giving them 10,000, it should not come at the cost of them losing integrity, losing their manhood, losing respect. It should not. That should not be the price they pay. Being disrespected should not. Mm-mm. If you want to have a dialogue, you want to create commonality amongst the keyways and the Don moves. Let's sit down and let's talk. All right, because we do have more in common than not in common, and we just got to get on. We just got to get on commonality, where because we're going to mirror and match one another. You don't know a keyway from the Don move these days. You just don't. They all look the same. They are more in close in proximity than any time ever. Adam is with them people. Well, yeah, yeah, Monique, you right. And man, he just playing the violin and just bringing them along. He's the piper. Then he got this one cat, man, who looks like Rock Bottom off of Felix the Cat. This guy, what's his name? Poetic Flacco or something? He's from North Dakota. He's talking about things he know absolutely nothing about. All he know about is what he heard or what somebody told him. Look, I would have been okay if Raymond, Tookie, Mac Thomas, Puddin, LB, and Baba Louie would have sat down and say, hey, man, listen, Pyrus, listen, Crips. Here are the 10 principles. Here are the principles, and here are the articles to Dahoodism and the Cripism. See, if they would have had something like that in place, then we would have something more solid to hold these people accountable. Because now, as it stands, no structure, there's no understanding, there's no way to hold these people accountable to certain standards and dialogue. Everybody is like creating their own. They creating their own shots and creating their own dribble. But they're using the keyway and the Damu title to initiate certain things when it's not that. It's just they making it up as they go. I don't think that's good. I wish it had been like that. I wish it would have had been more structured to it. Something like that of the Black Panther Party or the US organization in the United States, slaves, where they had a structure. Let me see what this guy. That box needs to stay out of Cali business. That's right, Monique. That fat box needs to stay out of Cali business. Just saying, as a female, no North Dakota knows nothing about Cali truth. You right, Monique. Nailed it. Don't know nothing about Cali truth. And the feds, these guys on the internet has made the feds and the locals job so easy. When you got guys on the internet, go to Instagram, you're going to see them with stacks of money and up at heats, loading heats and jacking one in the chamber and stuff. You're going to see that. But they don't know the law. They know how to put a bullet in a gun, but they don't know the law. I think they both go together. You got to have a gun and know the law too, because then you know the law, you know where you at. You know what you're up against. But if you don't know the law and you run around with these goddammits and you got a switch or you got a drum on these things and all this stuff is illegal, or you got a ghost gun and you ain't went and read the federal sentencing guidelines, 922G or 924, whatever it is, whatever you fall up under, U.S. Title 18, USCC, if you don't read none of that, then when they catch you, you want to start crying and whining. That's your fault. That ain't nobody's fault but yours. And then the thing about it, most of the hitters, people that they call hitters, are people they call that create the ruckuses, the squabblers, the hitters, the shot callers, the movers and shakers. How long do they really last? With this, think about it, how long do they really last? They run is maybe from a year to 2 years, maybe even shorter than that. And then you don't see them for the next 40 years. That's bad math right there. Those I don't like them numbers, them odds right there. You a hitter and you one of them guys that go in, right? And your run was from 1 year to 2 year, and then you lose 40, giving it to the system. When you come back, you damn near a vegetable. And if you like them numbers and you comfortable with them numbers, then by all means proceed with whatever you're doing. Don't mind me just watching, but go ahead and lock that door when you go in, because you were encapsulated. You were forever locked in a bathroom with another dude. That is your existence. If you don't believe that, go get out of pocket and go out there testing white people and see what they do to you. Shout out to Willie Blast. What's happening, man? What's up? It's over. There are more police than gangsters nowadays. The police don't even have to roam the streets. The police, you know, they're cutting police budgets for the streets. I'm gonna wait. And you know why? Because they're investing more into the internet, because the internet is going to take up all the surveillance, all the listening devices, and all them dudes that's secretly calling in on you and telling your business. That's what law enforcement is now investing in. Think about it. They have been sending out newsletters and news feeds saying, "Oh, we're cutting down on the sheriff department budget in your community, and they're no longer this amount of sheriffs in this community." And if you go do a report to the sheriff station, guess what? They tell you to go home, and they'll send somebody out. Maybe 4, 5, 10, 20 hours later. That's what they do now, because they're investing more into the internet and those LVT, those LVCT, CBTs, cameras that's all in the parking lot of Walmart with the blue lights. You're seeing more of those everywhere. You're seeing a lot more of surveillances going on. And yet, the guys that's running into the stores, you're seeing that's going down, 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 down. It's because now, if you go do one, all they do is follow the frames, because they got so many cameras. They hop from frame to frame, from light to light, to stop sign to stop sign, the home camera, door cameras, everything, and follow you all the way back to where you started from. And then they just say, okay, he's at 1244 Willow Street. Let's put together a SWAT team, and we'll go over there and gather them all up. And they would get all the goods up, and they get all the 5 people that was involved. It's just that simple. Because they don't pay attention to what's going on. They don't pay attention to the law. They don't pay attention to current events. They don't read nothing. They don't understand nothing. They don't understand that this society is evolving and becoming quite different from the one that they knew yesterday. But that's why I say I don't fight and shoot. I read and write. And because I read and write, it's because I understand the new world order and how things are planning out. They're going to take away cash. Eventually, cash is going to be all debit. It's all going to be all by chip. It's going to be something, because if there's no cash, the United States has to make a move, because they can't allow Brexit and all these other people to take over the system. The monetary system that's been running out of the International Monetary Fund for many years. Even your birth certificate, your Social Security, everything, all those numbers mean. Look at your birth certificate, got a set of numbers. Look at the Social Security, the numbers on it. All those numbers are there because they in turn mean money. Not for you, for them, because they're trading you on the open market from day of birth. But that's how set back and that's how delusional you are. You're squabbling over parks and alleys and streets and 25-cent bandana. The bandana when I first bought one was 25 cents. You could get a red one, blue one, black one, whatever. It was 25 cents. Look at how many people have died behind that. And I'm putting it in the context of where I'm telling you that a 5-year-old can understand it. It's kind of humorous and at the same time it's serious. Dusty Vision, banging someone from a hood you rent is crazy. Say it again, Dusty. Borrowing someone from a hood you rent is crazy. Most of the dudes that live in these hoods are living on lease and low income agreements. They don't own the neighborhood. How you gonna claim something that you don't own? How can you claim it? How can you even begin? Dudes, a lot of these neighborhoods, none of these people even live in anymore. You can't claim something that you rent. You can't claim something that you have a lease in. You can't claim something that the government gave you. It's not yours. It ain't even really yours technically if you buy it, because you still paying taxes on the land. You give them money for water that God gave. They make you pay for everything, and a lot of the stuff that you pay for, God created it. It's just such a corrupt system. Such a corrupt system. So you know what's happening, man. The rap, man. The rap, to me, and y'all can disagree with me, is this mental confusion. Because the mental confusion is that we wanna highlight our best and we want to follow them. But at the same time, why are the people that own and control the rap industry only allow this type of misogynistic degradation, this that destroys the very fabric and the dynamic of Black culture? Why can't we have X-Clan? Why can't we have Poor Righteous Teachers? Why can't we have just Nas and Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole and even Drake, even with his melodies? I ain't mad at him for that. Yeah, it's systemic. I mean, you're right. So you know it is systemic. But Dr. Francis Wilson's Quest told us best. What the problem is in the ISIS paper, they fear genetic annihilation. Ghost, what's happening? They fear a genetic annihilation. If you have a baby with a white man, with a white woman, it's considered a Black baby. A Mexican woman is considered a Black baby. White man can only reproduce himself with himself. He cannot reproduce himself in any other woman. He has to reproduce himself in a white woman. He cannot reproduce himself in a Black woman. He can't. So if he can't do that, then what is his fears? His fears are many. Ronald Green, what's happening? People love street music and drama. Is street music and drama good for us, though? That's the question we got to ask. Is it good for us? What is it doing for us? The nihilistic lyrics that come from somebody. Look at the NBA young boy. I couldn't even understand what he be saying. You know, when he was, had this demonic look, and he have all this money and all this clout and all this stuff. That's true, but just to hear, you could see the arrogance in him. And look where is he at now. I don't wish bad or harm to him. Depends on who. You people had to unify first. The battle of the generations are embedded madness. It is uphill battle. Yeah, it is. But I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm telling you, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. And then again, I'm going back to the cognitive dissonance is a psychological phenomenon that occurs when a person holds two contradictory beliefs at the same time. That's, I don't know. I'm looking for it. Why do they think like that? Why do they, what is wrong with them? That this is what's happening. Mental confusion, numerous medicine, pills, Vicodins, Percocets, oxycodone, oxycontin, fentanyl. Then that's not counting the powder, the dip, the drink, the marijuana. The marijuana, you got to be careful with that. If you think for one moment Coca-Cola ain't putting something in there to make you drink more Coca-Colas, then you ain't living in reality. So if they do it to Coca-Cola, why do you think they're not doing it to other substances? Especially ones that are illegal. If they can do it to Coca-Cola, and that's legal. Bring the non-affiliated rappers back. Yeah. Yeah. Right on, man. KRS-One, man. Ice Cube, man. I love Cube. I love Cube when he, when I think, man, Death Certificate probably was one of the greatest rap albums ever to me. Based on what he had to deal with and what he was going through, and I understand that it was even creating a rival and creating, but he felt like he had to get back because people was getting at him wrong, right? Identity crisis, But going back to the X-Clan and the Pope Righteous Teachers and the KRS-Ones and Flavor Flav and Chuck D, Public Enemy, that was very necessary. And then here come Compton. Here come Compton, Eazy-E. Ice-T first initiated it, right? Then Eazy-E, man, when he opened the door to that gangster rap, him, Drake, Cube, MC Ren, MC Yellow, it just went, hey, but still they came out with F the Police, right? So we was like riding with that. Like, yeah, that's what's up, F the Police. Then they came out with Always Into Something, Then Ice Cube and them came out with Death Secret. Then that right there started a whole nother just boom, 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 just genres just going everywhere, gangster, gangster. Now you got Kendrick Lamar over there smoking Drake, smoking him. But Drake, I can't even take Drake serious because Drake don't write raps. He says them pretty good. He's got good melodies. He's got good song. He got good sound. His vocals are great. His presence is great. But he didn't write this rap. So how, if he not writing the rap, how is he gonna battle with a dude that writes raps? How? He's out of his element. He's out of his league. Go home, Drake. Go sit down somewhere. It's not your realm. Stick to the nice melody. ESCD's my guy, nephew. What's up? Chicago in the house. ESCD's know what I'm saying because he writes. He writes. He make music. He does the whole thing. See, if you ain't got the whole package, don't get into no battle with somebody that got the whole package. Geechee Gotti from Compton, love him. But he sticks to what he does, the battle rap. Yeah, that's a battle rapper. That is a battle rapper. But anyway, that's a whole other thing. I mean, at least in battle rap, I don't know. Ain't nobody got killed in country western. Nobody got killed in rock. Nobody got killed in jazz, pop, opera. Nobody got killed in none of that. But rap? Mm, how many? Since 2010. Countless. Probably, the number runs up so high. And who benefacts? Who are the benefactors? Sony, Universal, and Warner. And now Empire. They are the benefactors. It's been some shooting though. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. I ain't in the loop on everything, man. But understanding the sociometer dynamics at the play in, these contexts can shed light on the motivation behind the conflicts in the strategies the individuals employ to navigate the social media hierarchy in both physical and virtual spaces. Like God, so Kazoo, not the great Kazoo. But that's where we at with it, guys. That's where we at with it. And then there's, all the would any of these guys even be relevant if it wasn't for social media or the internet? I'm talking about talent-wise. We would just see the guys that make music, that make raps and all that stuff, right? We would see them. We would see the actors, and we would see the entertainers, of course, and we see the sports guys. We would see them. But social media has made it to where you can see Joe Blow. You can see Lil Ray Ray and Pookie and Jim Dog. And you can see Sukiana and, well, they entertainers, okay, but you can see Lil Mary. You can see Betty Boo. You can see JoJo. You can see Joanne with them hands. You can see all that in there with social media. But do they really have a real good presence, for being the ones that come on and kind of like set the tone for the culture? Do they have the right temperament? Do they have the right mind? Do they have the right fundamentals? Do they have the tonality and the actual phraseology to address culture in a way that is fitting and benefiting to the good increases of intellect, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, while purifying the heart? Are they capable of that? Or are they just capable of mess, drama, upheavals? You still just, what are they really capable of? What are they really capable of? Kendrick's get them, keep them, foot on his neck. I'm not even listening to none of it. I heard them rolling whistleblowers committing suicide. Yeah. So now we back in the cycle where we looking at this Trump and this other guy, Sleepy Joe or whatever, which all of it is laughable. This really is, we don't know what the outcome's going to be. What guy he's being sued. He's fighting multitudes of felonies, but he's running for president, which is got to be the weirdest thing that's ever happened in this country, but at the same time, I think they had it in for a party, based on they suspended the Constitution during the COVID, and different things, how they got everything to slow down and control everything. I think it all was a test. Then they gave a lot of people those shots, and now they realized that none of that stuff was even necessary. Because we was going to build up immune, by just existing together. And we have the antibodies, and the body is a very unique and God knew what he was doing when he created mankind. Just put it that way. I never taken not one medicine, not one shot for that. I'm just fine, fine. But anyway, I appreciate each and every last one of you. Much love, and let's continue to meet and greet and be kind to one another and be fair to one another, even if it's a Snoopy bat, as a spider, a whack, or whatever. We don't want to throw them away. I think it's still time to get them to get right. That's all. Like Nipsey Hussle said, let's all get right. That's all I do. Let's all just get right with the culture. With that being said, I am Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. Be sure to click the notification, like and subscribe. As they say, that's what this is about, right? But we like and subscribe based on positivity, good information, and just vibing together. With that being said, lock the door.
Perfect grind all the time, baby.
Yeah. Cali finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing. They see me shining. That's hard work. Proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. I leave bad man and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking. And I don't talk about it. I just make it happen. Word on the block is that my shit go. Bricks for the low.
Lock the door, because we are gone.